Hello, Pod Fam, and welcome to our super happy holiday tea party.
Woo! It's Christmas season. I've thought that it was Christmas season for the last month and a half, but that's just me. But
Yeah,
now it's officially Christmas season for
but okay, so, as most of our listeners know, like we're in Canada, so Thanksgiving comes early for us, and then it's Remembrance Day on November 11th. And I felt it this year. Like right after Remembrance Day, we got like a ton of snow.
Yeah.
And it stuck around, which doesn't normally happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, okay, it's December. Like automatically in my mind, I was like, yes, December.
Shall I start making Christmas cookies
Oh my
now?
Yeah.
Yes. And I think it's still a similar feeling to last year because at least in Canada, people were getting really hyped up for the holidays around this time last year, but we also were entering another COVID wave.
Yes.
That we actually went into lockdown again, I think either a few days before Christmas or right after. So
Yeah,
it kind
I
of
feel like we did. Yeah.
it kind of dampened the vibe where this year because our restrictions have been removed and the mandates have been removed. I think everyone's like, it's Christmas time. It's time to party.
Yes. And we want to acknowledge, yes, COVID is still going around.
Oh, yes.
And I know, when I've been out in very busy public spaces, I put a mask on and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But, we don't have the restrictions. And, a lot of people are just I don't know, it feels really excited. I don't know. The atmosphere feels different after the past couple of years.
People are going hard.
Yeah.
I like to go to Winners and HomeSense to get some Christmas decorations right after Halloween because that's when all the good stuff is there. And there was a lot of people that had the exact same idea as me. So I enjoy it. And, all the town little shops and stuff were also super decorated within the first couple weeks of November. So I love to see it. It's nice. It feels like we're entering a nice traditional Christmas season.
Yeah, same here. And earlier this week, we had a bit of a break in the weather and it was quite nice. So I actually put some Christmas lights out, which I don't know. I guess, I don't know. Maybe it feels kind of early. Not when you guys are listening to this episode. It'll be December. But we're in the second last week of November.
Well,
and it just felt right, and I also wanted to do it before the weather got really crappy.
Yeah, and we also had a really wild snowstorm this weekend, guys, where we actually, a lot of us, including me, got snowed in. So I think it was kind of a general consensus that everybody was putting up their decorations this weekend and into this week.
Yeah, exactly. We're just all right, it's coming. We better get this up now.
Yeah, but nice to hear from you. We've been taking a little bit of a recording break. This feels like a lot longer than it actually has been since we last did an episode, but it's been a busy month.
It has been.
Yeah.
So thank you everyone for all your downloads and listens and shares over the past little bit. We always appreciate it. It's the best Christmas present that we could ever get.
Aww. So anyway, I am ready to get into what we're having for teas. I'm in my fleece plaid pajamas this evening, ready to go to bed right after we finish recording. And to pair that off, I'm having my chamomile lemon tea to just put me right to sleep.
Oh, what a vibe.
Yeah.
Where's your candle?
Give me 1 second. I'll light one.
Excellent. We need the candle. It completes the whole atmosphere. Don't, as she burns down the house.
that lighter doesn't work.
That's okay. We'll just pretend you lit a candle. It's great.
There was another lighter right next to it, and I now have a candle.
Wonderful. That's so nice.
It is sweet rose water.
Ooh, pretty.
Not a Christmassy one, but, I don't have a Christmas candle in the office, so.
That's fine.
Yeah. But what about you? What are you having?
So for me, I am wrapped in a little quilted blanket right now, feeling cozy. I have dinner on in the oven.
Nice.
And I'm having a chocolate protein shake because I'm really hungry. So I thought, I'm okay, this is two birds with one stone. I'll just have a protein shake.
I'm not going to lie. Out of everything you could have said this evening, that was the one that I was expecting the very least.
Excellent. I like to keep everyone surprised.
Yeah. Good job. That was good. But anyway, let's kick it off with our first Christmassy holiday episode of the season because we're gonna be making a little gift guide for you guys.
Yes, absolutely. Now, I don't know about you, Rachel. I didn't really like pick out too many particular items,
Mm-hmm.
but more just themes that maybe you guys could put this on for different people just to kind of get the creative juices flowing,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like you have your list that you get, and
Mm-hmm.
there's the people where you're just like, okay, no problem, done, done, done. And then there's the ones you're just like, I have no idea
Mm-hmm.
what to get this person. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they don't tell you what they want, or there's someone like my boyfriend who, if he needs something, he just gets it.
Oh my god,
So,
why do men have to do that?
right? I'm just like, damn, like I could have gotten you all of these things for like birthday, Christmas, that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
you went out and got it before I could.
Yeah, and I'm kind of the same. I'm more coming into with like theme types, but also just like different ideas for if you're going to shop more locally
Mhm.
versus if you're doing like the online ordering or mall thing, which I know that you and I are steering away from this year, but
Yes.
I've done both. So,
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I
yes.
would really like to start off on the local side here
Yes.
because,
Okay.
the past couple of years have been really tough for small businesses. And I feel like, as citizens, residents of a small town, it's really important to kind of think about where your dollars are going.
Mhm.
And, it's like kind of that old saying, like, if you go to a small business, you're buying dance lessons, you're buying
Mhm.
shoes, you're putting dinner on the table. You go more box store or just like big corporations, your money's like, yes, it trickles down, but it's not necessarily going back into your community. And I think that is
Mhm.
one of the best ways that you can choose to give back, keep your money in your local economy. So I'm gonna definitely have a local Christmas this year. I've
Mhm.
I've done it in the past. I don't think I did it last year just because like a lot of stores weren't really open. Like it was kind of hard to go shopping.
Mhm.
But now that, business is open, I really want to explore my town again because I feel like so many new stores have popped up in the past couple of years. And
Mhm.
I want to get to know them because so many of them have like really unique things. And you never know what you're going to find because it's just always something like really unique and different. Because, anyone can go get a sweater from Aerie, right?
Mhm.
And like it's going to be the exact same sweater as everyone else got for Christmas. But when you go to like a little shop where things are like handmade or even just like sourced locally, that's different. And I just find that more special.
I agree. One of my favorite lines ever is that big corporations aren't going to do a dance when they make a sale, but
Oh,
for
I
small
just saw that the
businesses,
other day and I loved it. And it was
yeah.
like, I think I'm saying this like I wasn't the one who reposted that on my Instagram. Um, but yeah, I love that because, sorry, I'm stealing it from you. Because it
That's
was
okay.
like,
You
you
found
know,
it first.
it was just like, you know, every time you buy from a small business, you're making that owner dance a little jig where the corporations, like, they aren't going to dance that jig when you buy something from them. So
Mhm.
please make us all jig this Christmas. It was very cute. And I was just,
Yeah.
I love that. And I want to make them dance, because they got a good sale.
Yeah. And I think too, like you had kind of touched on it with just the uniqueness of what you can get from local places. And that's just so, so true, especially like, maybe it's a body bar, like for different creams and stuff, or maybe it's like a tea shop where oftentimes like they'll bring out new products specifically for this time of season that like you wouldn't be able to get anywhere else. And like you say it's a tea shop that is local to your area. Like they probably have tea blends that like if you just go to David's Tea, they might have something similar, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
So I think it's just really nice. And oftentimes too, like you can build connections with those shop owners in your area and such. And like a lot of them I know will do like custom things for you
Mhm.
as part of their offering. So it's definitely just it's a nicer experience, I think, than just going to the box stores. I think one thing that can push people away from it is because they are smaller businesses and a lot of those items are made by hand and such. Like it can be a bit more expensive than if you just went to like Old Navy,
Right.
but the benefits of supporting your community outweighs the additional cost.
Yeah, I think so. And I'm just going to use like a local tea shop to me. I do have a relationship that's been built with the owner, and I'll just go in and be like, hey, I want a little bit of this, a little bit of that, throw some of this in there. And she does like custom teas for me,
Mm-hmm.
and more than happy to. And I am like more than happy to spend my money there because I'm like friends with her outside of the tea shop. I see the benefit of just being like one small customer.
Mm-hmm.
It's really important, and even the people who work there as well, like they need to be able to earn a living wage so they can continue to live in their town,
Mm-hmm.
because that's like a real crisis in the place where I live.
Mm-hmm.
um, there's all these places where they need staff, but the staff literally cannot afford to live in the town. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's a freaking like tragedy because there's all this demand, but it's unattainable.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
That is for
I
another
just keep
day.
going back to like the local economy. Sorry guys, I kind of get on this. I'm really like passionate about it just because like my family has a small
Mm-hmm.
business, so I kind of have seen this like firsthand.
We could literally do like a whole episode on just like affordability crisis in like small towns
Yeah, yeah, we
and
really
and
could.
like the affordableness of living crisis. Because I mean, we talk about this all the time. We would just rant for 45 minutes.
Yes, exactly.
So,
But we got to stay on Christmas here. So I'm going
mhm.
to kind of throw out some more or less common stores that you're going to find in a small town. And hopefully, this just kind of gives you some ideas of like, oh, maybe I should go check that out.
Mhm.
So the first one is like restaurants and cafes.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm not talking about the ones that are chain. I'm talking about, little mom and pop, those types of establishments.
You mean
And
Starbucks isn't small town, Laura?
no, stop going to Starbucks.
Oh, okay. But we got those peppermint mochas. They were really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I know, but we can probably get better peppermint mochas from the local cafe and bakery
Mhm.
instead. Um, so for this type of stuff, if even if they don't have like any little goods that are appropriate for a Christmas present, buying gift cards
Mhm.
is really a great gift, especially like that can be an experience, like a dinner out for, I don't know, your sister and her boyfriend, right?
Mhm.
So that's always a really great gift to do. And then they can go back and use it like anytime, but that money is still back in the community from buying that gift card. Another one, obviously, tea shops. Tea shops are really popping up everywhere. I see like many around different little towns.
Mhm.
So that is like always a great gift. Like, okay, we're a little biased here because our podcast is literally called The Tea with Laura and Rachel, but you can get like little gift sets of maybe some different teas. You can pick them, or Christmas teas, whatever you want to get. Next one, Rachel kind of said it before, but like a little body shop. And I'm not talking about the body shop. I'm talking about, the little stores that have handcrafted soaps. And you can really find some unique things in
Mhm.
these stores. Like I've had natural deodorants that I've bought, or exfoliators and like microdermabrasion exfoliators and body sugars, moisturizers, and they're all in these like beautiful scents that are
Mhm.
not filled with a bunch of shit. And I find that's like the benefit of shopping local. If
Mhm.
you are very conscious about what is in different products, the small businesses are where to go because
Mhm.
they are the ones who kind of go a little deeper and make sure that they're putting out a quality product because they have to. A
Yeah.
small business can't put out a shitty product. They're not going to survive. And I just find you get like, none of the filler shit or chemicals. So that is another great spot to go. Off
Yeah.
of that
Well, I have
one.
actually one more before you jump off on this. And it really like it depends on the situation, but dependent like sometimes grocery stores
Hmm.
are pretty awesome for this because I was actually just at one of our local ones this evening, and like you kind of have to like go find the area, but at least in the one that I was in, they had a whole spot of like local candles and soaps and lotions and stuff that like they don't actually have like their own store where they sell from,
Hmm.
but the grocery store does distribute it. So that's also nice to check out there too. Like, say, if you don't have kind of like one of those body bars in your town, like always go check out the grocery stores too, because there might be some nice things in there, which is weird to say.
Yeah.
But I was vibing with that candle section tonight.
Nice. No, and that's amazing. Like, I love when a bigger business will partner with a smaller business because it is very expensive for businesses to have storefronts.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to lead off there in a moment. But the last kind of small town idea I wanted to throw out there was refilleries.
Mm-hmm.
And I find these are popping up everywhere right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so what they are, if you're not familiar with it, it's a very like eco-friendly way of having household products and different types of things. I think there's like two or three in my town, and you can get everything from like the laundry strips, dishwasher tabs, dish soap cleaners, and it's just eliminating all that packaging, and
Mm-hmm.
the products themselves are better for the environment and your own health as well. Like you're not getting a bunch of like heavy and harsh chemicals.
Mm-hmm.
So I know like for my dad is a clean freak. It's where I get it from. I'm not on his level, but I aspire. No, not
I'm
actually.
with you. I understand what you're saying. I know
You
what
know
you
what I
mean.
mean. You know what I mean. But I'm honestly like we're kind of setting like I think like a $30 limit for our Christmas presents this year. And I'm gonna go to the refillery and I'm gonna get him like a bunch of all natural things because like that's what he loves. And I feel like some people think like, wow, well, that's not really like flashy enough.
Mm-hmm.
um, when you're shopping for someone, you need to remember, like, okay, did they want flashy? Like, is that the type of person they are, or do they want something that they're actually going to use and something that they need? Like my
Yeah.
dad, he is the guy. He buys us windshield washer fluid every Christmas.
Love
Um,
that.
it happened
A
one year.
very practical man.
He's very practical, and it came with a snow brush too. The first year we had 2 jugs of washer fluid each and a snow brush that was like
Love it.
in our stockings. And it kind of became a joke, but now he's made it this thing where he's like, well, you guys use it every year, so I'm going to keep getting you windshield washer fluid. And his partner was like horrified at this thought the first time we told her, like, yeah, he gets his windshield washer fluid. And she's like, what? And we're like, it's a great gift, to be honest. Like,
I don't have to buy windshield washer
I have
fluid.
never been out of windshield washer fluid. So if your family's like mine and we're just like, no, get us stuff that we're gonna like use up
Mhm.
and like it's the stuff that we don't want to buy, get that for us. So that is just a fun way. And then you don't have to think about like, oh my God, they need something like so special or like so expensive. Like
Mhm.
get them shit that they don't want to buy themselves. But like they have to.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Exactly.
those are my local ideas.
I
Um,
have 2
yeah, you
to
go
throw
for
in
it.
here.
Yeah.
So again, this is one of those ones that can maybe be a bit on the pricier side, but instead of like, starting with Aerie or Aritzia and stuff, like check out if you have any local boutiques
Hmm.
in your area. Like you said earlier, like you're going to go pick up a shirt for somebody from Aerie and it's going to be the same one as every single other person who got a shirt from Aerie that year, where you can really find some unique pieces at your local stores. And I also find like they're just nice quality. And you can tell that the people that run those stores usually like really love what they do and want to bring in really quality pieces and unique pieces. And this is also one that can maybe be a bit pricier, but if you're gonna buy like art
Mhm.
Try to see if like there's any local artists in your area that
Yes.
you want to support that are in your price range. So, like for example, last year a gift that my mom got for me that literally like made me cry was she had a painting done for me of my horse
Mhm.
who passed a few years ago. And like it was amazing. Like one of the most talented artists like I think I've ever seen. Like it was so lifelike. And I know that you had a similar present last year too from another local artist.
I did, and it was of my horse, and then the card that she did was of my Sheltie, my dog who had passed away 10 years ago, actually,
He
around the
was
time
so
of this
beautiful.
recording. And he was lovely, and it was so special to get something like that. And like, how personal
Mhm.
is that? And they're in frames, they're hanging on my wall, and they're so special. And
Mhm.
so, yeah, definitely check out local artists. A lot of them do commissions around the
Mhm.
holidays, and it's 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 an investment, but it's not as terrifying as you might think it is.
Mhm.
I think when people think of like, "Oh, I'm having artwork commission," it's just like, "Oh my god, that's going to run me like hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars." Not really, especially with
Mhm.
local artists. Like they are there to kind of feel like it's kind of like a nice like bread and butter
Mhm.
for them. If you want to do like paintings or portraits like that, and like honestly, it's so personal to whoever
Mhm.
you're giving it to that it's always a
Yeah.
great gift.
Well, like no one that you give that gift to is ever going to forget that that's from you.
Yeah, yeah,
And, like, it's just nice, like, if you know that maybe somebody just recently moved into a new place and maybe they're looking for some art for their walls. It's so much more special to, like, go out there and have something, find something unique to them as opposed to just, like, going into IKEA,
yeah.
you know?
Exactly. You're going to like the home sense, and it's like all those same you
Mhm.
know pictures that
Yeah.
are on the wall. And just off of that one, another great option is jewelry.
Mhm.
There's lots of like local jewelers around as well, and they will do a lot of the time like little custom pieces. And I find it's way less expensive than going to like a traditional jewelry store.
Mhm.
So definitely a great option as well.
And again, unique pieces that most likely other people won't also have.
Yes.
Very memorable.
Awesome. Shop local, people. So that's
Yes.
kind of the storefront. I want to shift over to online now,
Mhm.
but I'm not talking about like Amazon and all that kind of stuff. Storefronts, as I said before, are very expensive. Like bricks and mortars are a huge overhead for a lot of businesses. So a lot of them choose to go online instead. And in the past like year, I've really made it my mission. Now this is just like purely with my riding clothes and that kind of equipment.
Mhm.
Um, but now I've tried to branch out a little bit more and really shop from the small businesses that are located like in Ontario or in Canada that are online. And, a lot of them will have a social media presence and a website that I'm able to shop from. And it's like, a Shopify site, something like that. And I just feel really good because it's that same thing as going into a actual like store and
Mhm.
shopping local. It's the same thing as going online. And I find a lot of the time like you might have to pay for shipping, or if you spend enough like shipping is free.
Mhm.
And the reason for that is like, these are small businesses, so it's it's tough for them, and shipping is a huge expense. So I usually try and like meet the minimum so it's like worth it for
Mm.
everyone. But I don't know, I just find like when the package arrives, a lot of times it's like packed with so much care. And I always have like a handwritten note saying,
I
thank you
know.
so much for, hey Laura, thank you so much for your purchase. Like I hope you love it and stuff like that. And like sometimes like they throw in like a little extra thing because they're just like, oh, thank you so much. Like, I really appreciate it.
Mhm.
So I feel like you get that same feeling, you're actually making a difference to someone versus like, I'm just going to go on Amazon and order like 12 of these things because they're super cheap. So I feel like that is another great way. And also, okay, I don't know if this is like just to Canada, but it's very expensive for us to get things online that are in the States.
Oh my
There are
god.
so many brands I want to shop from, and they are small
Mhm.
businesses. Like, I want to support these small businesses, but our exchange rate, we are like 70 cents on the dollar right now.
Mhm.
It's devastating. And then we also get killed by like import fees as well.
Yeah.
And you don't know what they're going to be until like
It
it
shows
shows
up.
up. And
Then you're like, "Oh,
oh,
okay."
great. Oh, great. So that's where like I've really tried to stay Canadian. And it's tough. I find it's like really hard to find good Canadian brands. So if people know of
Mhm.
any, like send them our way.
Yeah.
But this can go for so many items, like clothing and jewelry, everything we've already mentioned.
Mhm. One of my favorite things actually to get, through going through online stores, especially through Etsy,
Mhm.
is actually, like, custom-made, Christmas ornaments.
Oh, you did that one year. You were all about like the custom.
I've done it twice, and,
Yeah.
like, they're always just so cute, and they make them personalized and stuff,
Mhm.
and I love them. It's very cute.
Yes.
So
So here's a gift idea for the
ooh.
animal lover in your household or family or friends. Get them a personalized like Christmas ornament or mug or honestly
Mhm.
anything. They put animals on everything nowadays, and give that as a gift.
Yeah.
Guaranteed 10 out of 10 they're going to love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen them, but I want one of those sweaters going around that literally has, like, cartoon versions of your cats that
You
says,
would wear
like,
that.
"Cat Mom," and then their
Yes,
names. Um, Not that I would wear it often, but I would wear it at home. I'm
absolutely.
I'm not sure if the ad I'm seeing for that is a small business, I doubt it, but the
Don't think so.
the idea of it, I'm obsessed
I don't
with.
think so. So, yes, if you have someone on your list who has like a pet and they're obsessed with it, definitely get them something personalized, preferably from a smaller business.
Mhm,
Who does like I know a popular one I've seen is like even coasters, where they're just made out of like blocks of wood and they're hand painted
mhm.
on. Like again, something so unique, so beautiful, and no one else is going to get that for them, right? Like that is just
No.
such a personal gift.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't really have many more ideas for online other than, like, when I make mistakes and go Black Friday shopping on Aerie.
Oh my god, I have been so good this year. You know how many times I've filled a shopping cart and then just left it? I'm like, "No, no, Laura, we cannot do this." And the thing is, they're not Christmas presents. I will be completely honest. They are just
Mhm.
for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just ordered a Christmas present today because I was going to get some sweet Aeroplan points
Yeah.
on it. And I'm just really hoping that when it gets here, I don't like it that much because otherwise it's going to be a gift for me.
Yeah, this is the problem. We gotta stop getting ourselves gifts. I know we
Yes.
deserve them, but we don't need them.
Yes. And actually, this is a great idea. If you are shopping online and you have a credit card that gives you points,
Mhm.
depending on where you're shopping, before you buy something, check it out. Check out if you
Yes.
get extra points shopping in a particular place because I got some great points shopping at one store today, and I know that you're looking at another purchase that you'll get a killer amount of points.
Mhm.
So it's a good idea, guys.
Yeah. So yeah, if you have an Aeroplan like card and credit card, huh, it's a good time of year for
Oh,
you because
it
if you
is.
shop through the Air Canada website, it's like their e-store. It puts a tracker like on your purchase, and you will get double the points. And right now
If
they
not
have some
more.
like awesome bonuses. Like what is it? Lululemon was like times 7 on the dollar. It's crazy.
Yes,
It's wild.
it was great. It was great. I was like, wow. I wasn't planning to shop from there, but what can you do?
Yeah. See, that is one of the exceptions that we're making to this local Christmas that we're trying to have this year. If we get serious amount of points for it.
Yes. We're trying to travel next year. at
Yes.
some point,
And
guys.
not pay for the tickets.
Yes. Which is honestly very difficult.
Yes.
So,
But I think that leads into another gift idea, and
mhm.
that is the classic experiences.
Oh, see,
Yes,
these ones are really tough.
they are tough.
Yeah.
I find they work best for partners
Mhm.
because I don't know if you're like my partner, like I kind of said before, he doesn't really need anything, but we love to do things together. So we've been trending more towards getting each other experiences as gifts,
Mhm.
where we can spend time together. So like, we've gone traveling together and that was amazing. Like it's something we'll never forget. But even things that like let's go to the zoo. Let's go I don't know, to a museum, like whatever your jam is.
Mhm.
A
Go to
concert,
a show,
a
play.
show. There's just endless possibilities right now. And,
Mhm.
you can get tickets pretty cheap as well.
Mhm.
Like, don't try
Yeah,
going to a
it's
Taylor Swift
also
concert, but, um,
okay, we're waiting to see if when she's announces her Canadian dates. We're not talking about that yet. We're manifesting inside.
yes, we are.
Manifesting inside.
Yes, everyone manifest
Um,
with us, okay? We're all going to see her
yep.
in Canada.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
But there's so much you can do there with just experiences, and I feel like this suits any budget, because you can do
Mhm.
something really cheap. And there's, gosh, is it the Fever candlelight concerts that are in the Toronto area and I think other parts of Ontario. Um,
Mhm.
I remember I got tickets for less than $40, and it was a fun night just to go out and be surrounded with like music and candles.
Love it. This is also, I find, like a really great idea for like giving gifts to your mom. It's
Yes.
like something for you to go do with her because,
Take your mom to the
mom,
spa.
like I was literally about to say that. My mom, all I have to do for the rest of my life is just give her the gift of going to the spa with me for her birthday and Christmas. She'll love it.
Yeah, she's
So
set.
it's always a good idea. It's also nice, like if your mom is into like musicals and stuff,
Mhm.
be like, you want to go to Mamma Mia, mom? Here you go.
Yeah, and,
Now we're
a lot
going.
of times your parents just wanna spend time with you, right? Like, they don't need
Exactly.
physical things from you. Sometimes just time is, like, the most special gift.
Exactly. One cute thing that my grandparents have always done is instead of getting us gifts and stuff, they ask to have us over for dinner and
Yeah,
they'll cook a little post Christmas dinner for us.
that's so sweet.
Yeah. I wish I was that good of a cook to do that for people, but it's not I'm not there yet. I'm not
It's
there
not a
yet.
gift.
No, it's just like here's a mediocre pasta.
You're so spaghetti.
Yeah. Well, like I do like what you said with the museum, but like especially if they like I know one of our local museums in the city close by to us, they have like a revolving like probably like every 3 months they have an exhibit that changes over to something new.
Mhm.
So keep your eye out on that. And if there's anything that you think your partner or a family member or a friend would be super interested in, you can always get them tickets in advance for that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, for last Christmas, my partner and I got his, brother's and his family, a season's pass to the zoo. And like they have young kids, so to them I honestly think they went no less than 5 times. And I think you just had to
That's awesome.
go I think you had to go once or twice maybe to make it worth it, like, to I
Mhm.
think just once, actually. It was like a really good deal, and so for the whole year, they could bring like any 2 adults and 2 kids all year.
I love that.
Yeah, and it was, like, amazing. So, definitely, like, look into those different things because it's also a great gift for families, because it can
Mhm.
be a lot for, like, a family of 4 to go out and have an experience.
Mhm.
So, if it's in your budget and you wanna, like,
Mhm.
give, your nieces and nephews a really cool experience, check it out, see
Mhm.
if you can, like, even just get them, like, a day pass, like, if they just go
Mhm.
one time, those are things that they're gonna remember, and, like, you could always go with them too. Like, I know my partner went the latest time to the zoo with them, and they were so excited to have their uncle hang out with them for the day.
Aw, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of speaking on that too, where like it is really difficult for like young families, especially if they got like 2, 3 kids.
Hmm.
Like it's really expensive to go out to like, like you said, the zoo or the movies or something that like
Oh, the movies. Holy shit. That'll run you like into the ground.
exactly. So like giving like movie cards.
Yes.
So with how expensive movies are now, like $50 is not gonna get that much, but like it's could pay for all the tickets for the family
Yes.
if you're going. Or I know like for the Canadian like theater company Cineplex, they have this like Cine Club thing now where if you enroll in it every month, you can get like 2 movie tickets for free
Hmm.
as part of your membership. And then, if you gifted that to somebody, then that's 2 tickets per month already paid for.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Like, and I'm not against like using your connections or your points. Um, if you don't have to spend actual money on something, I'm for it. Like these are hard times right now. The cost of living is insane. And
mhm,
I think Christmas is really going to be a struggle this year for a lot of people. So, if you're like redeeming points or doing anything like that, or even regifting, I'm going to throw that out there.
mhm,
Um, I'm not against that. Like if you still want to be able to like give gifts
mhm,
but you're struggling to, you just
mhm.
find a way, like no
Yeah.
one's, I would never get mad at something like for someone being like, oh yeah, I paid for this with like some points. I'd be like, oh, you spent your points on me? What an honor, like,
Thank you.
I feel like
Thank you.
it's a privilege.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
never feel embarrassed about something like that. Like I'm never against being creative.
Mhm,
Even if you get a gift basket, you break it up and
mhm.
give that away, go for it.
For sure. And I actually want to swing back to the local shopping for a second because I forgot I had a nice idea. But if there's somebody on your list that, likes to taste different types of drinks,
Hmm.
if you're in an area that has like local cideries or local wineries and such, and you think they'd be into something like that, like trying those new, like those drinks that they wouldn't be able to get at the liquor store, definitely do that. Like we have a local cidery nearby us that just started, I think, 2 years ago, and we went there this summer. Everything they did was phenomenal,
Hmm.
but they're not in like the local like LCBO
No, it's
yet.
hard. It's really hard to get into an LCBO.
It really is. So like, if there's somebody that like as we said a couple episodes ago is a cider connoisseur, then you can always get them something like that, and I'm sure they would love it.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that gift can go two ways. You can either get them the experience of going for a tasting, or you can get them like, I don't know, like a really nice bottle of wine from there, or the mix of ciders that they do. Like either
Mhm.
way, unique gift.
Exactly. Because they can't get it at the liquor store.
No,
And
they
people
can't.
are
And especially if someone is not local to your area, like if you're
Mhm.
traveling to see relatives, 3 hours away and they are into that kind of stuff, like get them a bunch of different beers, like craft beers of what they
Mhm.
would never be able to try. And I bet they would appreciate that. Like I've always appreciated
Mhm.
it when people got me a cool cider that like I can't buy.
Exactly. And then if they ever shared it with their other friends and family, they'd be like, "Oh, cool. What is this? Where'd you get it?" And it's just like, it's exclusive.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't get it." Ah.
Okay, let's go to something that is for the budget conscious, because I certainly did this all through university,
Mhm.
and that is handmade gifts.
See, you are way better at this than I am. I'm not that crafty. I'm
I am not a
I
crafty
struggle.
person, but I am a
I
creative
struggle with
person.
handmade.
So, just to rhyme off a few ideas, you've definitely heard them here before, people, if you've been listening to for a long time. Going to the dollar store and getting some of those nice cappuccino mugs, like the big mugs,
Mhm.
usually cost more than $2. And then you also get the special markers and write on them or draw on them, make them super
Mhm.
personal.
Mhm.
I have people who still have those mugs, and
And
they
make
love
sure
them.
you write on it not to put it in the dishwasher.
Yeah, exactly. They won't last forever, but you can always, whenever it wears off, you give the mug back, you draw on it again, new present.
So nice.
So nice.
So
Um,
nice.
Another one, I know a friend who knits. So if you're like that kind of crafty, I am not. Um, you can just like make your friends scarves or mitts or little
Mhm.
hats. Again, super personal. They're not going to get it anywhere else. Another easy one is looking up like a body scrub
Mhm.
recipe. Fond memories of
Oh
that
my
one.
god. My eyes are actually burning.
Are you having a visceral memory of your eyes just burning from the amount of peppermint oil that I put in there? Yeah,
Yes.
super easy gift, people. Like all it is white sugar, olive oil. I used green food coloring and peppermint oil.
I'm surprised
She
I didn't
was zesty.
turn green.
I'm really surprised people did not turn green. I was like mildly concerned.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't know. The recipes told me that no one would turn green or blue, whatever colors I used, but they sure felt that peppermint burn for a while after.
Oh man, it would make its way to your eyes and your eyes would be sweating.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like you scrubbed off a layer of skin with the sugar and the oil, and then
Mhm.
another layer just burned off from the peppermint.
I think so. I think so,
So,
but my skin has never been that soft.
you know what? The love and thought was there.
It was.
So,
I used
I
like
highly recommend everyone used it.
yes, I think I used pretty much all of it, except then I went to I think I went on like a trip or something, or I was gone and I left it at my parents' house for a bit, and I think my dad was literally like, "What is this green
Your dad
stuff?"
would see that and be like, "No, thank you. That is not being in my house."
He's like, "Why is this in my shower? First of all, how dare you?"
Yeah.
um, I have one handmade gift that I've actually done that is a good idea.
Yes.
Especially going back to if you have an animal lover in your life that recently just got a new puppy or kitten
Mhm.
or anything like that, making like a little baby book
Oh, yeah.
for
You
the
made a
animals.
scrapbook that one year and it went over
Yeah.
very well.
Yeah. So this one, it is a lot of work. So you got to commit. But something I've done before is I had them. I was I started it off by just like I thought I was just gonna give them like a picture, like a framed picture of their new puppy. But then it was my brother actually, and he sent me like literally 40 pictures of her, and I was
Yeah.
like, well, I can't choose because they're all so cute. So I went and like printed out all the pictures and stuff, and I actually just made a scrapbook where the pictures were of different sizes and such. And like I got like on each page, I would do a different like design. Like on the front, I had her name in like big block letters that I got from Michael's, and I painted them. And I also got this little puppy paw print stamp that I like was making was like stamping all around the front page to make it look like she was walking and stuff. So if you have the time and you feel like committing to something like that, you will make them cry.
Yeah,
I promise you.
it was an awesome gift, and like I think photographs are an awesome gift. I have done them in the past too, where I've like gotten, frames from Walmart or the dollar store, and then literally you can get pictures printed for a couple cents or like less than $1.
Hmm.
And even though like it doesn't seem significant, in today's day and age, we don't get film anymore. Like you don't
No.
take your film in and get physical pictures back. They're all on people's phones. And so to get them printed out like and into a nice frame, it means a lot to people. And I think like pets are a great one for
Hmm.
that as well.
Well, like one of the ones I think I did the same year. I got my mom. It was probably 2, 3 years after our childhood cat passed away,
Mhm.
but I just like got her favorite one picture that I like literally took on like a BlackBerry phone. So I'm sure it's a little bit pixelated,
Right.
but I've given her a lot of gifts in my life, but that one is still front and center. It's on the living room table.
Oh, see? Very important.
Very important. So just trying to think about other ones like that. Hmm.
I'm not the craftiest person, so I feel
Me
like
neither.
we're just gonna give you the idea of handmade and homemade,
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
and we'll let your expertise and creativity take it from there.
Yes. And from my experience, like if you want to like try knitting or crocheting, like a scarf or something, I have found I did crochet a scarf for my mother for Christmas one year,
Mhm.
and it did go easier than knitting for me. So I
Yeah,
don't
like, you
know if
can literally
it's
get,
easier, but
I'm calling them the molds, but you can get a whole kit, and it's, like, literally
yeah.
step by step, here's how you make a scarf. Because 'cause I've done it too, and I'm pretty sure I
Mhm.
was, like, 8 years old at the time. So,
Exactly.
pretty simple and, cost effective too because, like, you get the kit, and then you just
Mhm.
get yarn, right? Like, you can keep using that same mold if you wanna whip out, like, 5 scarves.
Mhm. Oh yeah, literally that was like the most beautiful scarf. Like I was obsessed with it. Probably cost me $15, 20 maybe,
There you go.
with for all the yarn. So yeah, it was good. It was
Mhm.
good. Again, for local stuff, if you have like a person in your life with a sweet tooth, go to like the local candy stores
Oh,
instead
yes.
of buying like, I mean, I'm obsessed with Terry's chocolate oranges, but you can go to like the local chocolate shops and like, get them like,
I don't know, I'd like an assortment of truffles. Oh,
yeah,
can't beat that.
so nice. So nice. And then again, you're supporting a local business as opposed to just like, you know, buying the pot of gold chocolate box at the
Yeah,
grocery
or the
store.
box of turtles.
Exactly.
The one
Exactly.
thing okay, I am going to admit this. I'll try and go to a local candy store this year.
Mhm.
But you know the Lindt chocolate stores?
Oh, yeah.
You walk in and they just have, like, bins and bins of all their different flavors. Oh my god.
So
So,
nice.
guys, you get the bag. I think it costs you about 50 bucks, but in that bag is, like, 150 chocolates, and you can pick all the
Mhm.
flavors, and they just weigh it, and they're like, "Oh, I'll throw 10 more in." It's great. I highly recommend, and even last year,
Mhm.
I think what I did, I got the whole thing, and, I ate most of it.
Yeah,
I'll be honest, I ate most of it.
I feel
Um,
you.
but for all the presents, like, part of my wrapping theme, I put a chocolate on each one, and so
Mm,
everyone got, like, their present and a little chocolate as well.
nice. Nice. I'm just thinking, if you have, like, a sporty person in your life, because you and I, we live in kind of a sporty area, so there's lots of these stores.
Mhm.
If you have the option, again, it's something that could be a bit more expensive than just going to one of the chain stores, but if, like, you're buying, like, a ski jacket for somebody, for instance, go check out like the local owned like mom and pop shops, like
Yes.
the local ski shops and stuff that have been around for like 35 years
Yeah,
as opposed
exactly.
to the chain down the street. It's just a nicer experience.
Yeah, and one thing about those, like, local stores, it they can't do it for all of it because, like, they do have, like, distribution rights and contracts, but if you see something online and you really like it, take that
Mhm.
into the store, and a lot of them will be able to order it for you.
Mhm.
So, you'll be supporting a business and getting that same thing that you would have bought, like, from the big box store.
Exactly. Um yeah, do we want to talk about like mall shopping at all, or is that kind of
Um,
self-explanatory?
I mean, I feel like that's people's go-to. We're
Yeah.
really trying to change the narrative on that
Mhm.
this year and, just go
Okay.
back to supporting small towns and small business,
Mhm.
because it's important, right? Like,
Mhm.
corporations, they're fine. They're doing
They
just
are.
fine. They are having record profits, and they're profiteering at the moment.
Mhm.
So, I'm really trying not to, spend my money at corporations
Yeah.
where I don't have to.
Yeah. Speaking of corporations, this is unfortunately something that would eventually benefit corporations, but it is a really difficult time right now. You also can't go wrong with like gas gift cards.
Yes, gas and grocery store gift cards. I got like my partner, we got a bunch of those last year for Christmas. And then when we were away on our trip and we rented a car, we didn't have to put any gas in that car because we just used like the gift cards. It was great. So
Yep.
love a gas gift card. Again, and that is going back to the thing where I was talking about windshield washer fluid, you know, not something that's sexy, but you need it. And during these times, grocery gift cards, gas gift cards, anything that we spend money on like daily, weekly, it's nice to give people a break.
I'm happy to leave it there if you are. Don't you
Yeah,
have
I
any
think
other ideas?
so. We have a couple more Christmas and holiday themed episodes coming out. I
Yeah.
think we should like maybe talk about like our wrapping themes because
Okay.
we're not going to talk about it tonight. We're not going to
Okay.
talk about it in this episode
Oh, no, I
because
was
I'm
just
still
saying that I
planning
picked
mine.
out my stuff. I picked out
Okay.
my wrapping paper the other day, so I'm
Yes.
ready to talk about it when you are.
Okay, I have not yet, so I need to catch up here. And then I think we should also talk about some Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
stay tuned for those. And yeah, we hope you enjoyed this episode. I know we didn't talk about specific things this evening on like particular gifts and stores, but really the purpose of this was just to kind of get the creative juices going of where you could potentially go shopping. So we hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please leave us a 5-star review. Also, share it with friends and family who also need to go do some holiday shopping. We would really appreciate it.
Yeah. And if you have any ideas that you'd like to share with us that we haven't mentioned here, or you want to speak to us about anything and everything, you can email us at teawithlaurarachele@gmail.com.
And with that, live like tea.
Live like tea.